Thinking briefly about the Hennessy, but you decided not to go there.
Well, it looks like it was a good move not to go for it. I mean, Denman, who raced very well, we'd have had to give him £8, and we couldn't have matched the winner, the Diamond Harry, so it's probably just as well we left him for the King George, and the right race probably.
And have you been in touch with Kempton about how they are and how they stand weather-wise for Boxing Day?
Well, it's, it's all, the weather's creeping in a bit. We'll have another cold snap, so it's a long way away yet, isn't it? It's about 2.5 weeks, so about 2 weeks. So perhaps it'll be all right by then. We'll have to hope, won't we? Well, English weather, who can determine it?
Exactly. Well, more immediate things at hand. Good luck here.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Linda.
Clive Smith, masterminded, who takes on a quality field in the 2010 running of the Keith Browse Tingle Creek, and Lydia gets a kiss for her troubles as well. Lucky girl. Whatever else happens today, that will be her highlight. Of course I'm jealous.
Absolutely.
Of Lydia. Clive's never given me a kiss.
Absolutely.
There's Summersby, Maroon Cat. What a handsome brew this horse is. Will he rise to the occasion? 11-2. He's now being supported in a race that has a nice each-way shape to it. Big test today for his new rider, Hayden Frost. Henrietta Knight was dubbing him slightly in an interview last night as the forgotten horse.
Well, it's a big day for him, I think, today. I think he had the run at Exeter, which should have got him spot on, and he travelled very well for a long way. He was second in an Arkle. He's always looked like he might make the grade in top company. We don't know whether it's 2 miles or further, but today I think it's a day we find out whether he's going to cut the mustard.
Angus, Summersby, your each-way selection. I have to confess to you that I've selected him in the paper as well.
And me.
That should ensure his comprehensive defeat this afternoon.
Yes, indeed, Nick. It certainly will, won't it? It has 6-1 shot, Summersby. Masterminded 11-10. 11-2 Gauvin, who's now being backed. He's quite popular on the exchanges as well, Gauvin. Fairly strong. Kalahari King 7-1. 15-2 Petit Robin. I'm So Lucky 20s. 50s Mahogany Blaze. Was Ordinary's 50s. And 250-1 King Keel. This is what happened a little bit earlier on. Summersby on the walkway. Just looking a little bit reluctant to go out and halting the progress of Masterminded, and then he reared up and oh dear, that is not good at all. He went right over. That was nasty. He is down at the start now, but he's obviously going to be checked over by the vets down there. That is never good. If that happens to them, then well, you'd be probably wanting your money back if you've backed him. But anyway, the vets are checking him over, Nick, down at the start.
Worrying moments for supporters of Summersby, and he has been well supported as well. Hayden Frost, I'm sure, sharing the horse's anxieties, and clearly the animal underneath him has some, plenty of them. Worry. He's been well found in the market now, Summersby. A horse who was earlier in the week supported but hasn't been so much today is Petit Robin.
Yeah, Petit Robin, who likes going this way round, has got a good record fresh, was third to Masterminded, wasn't it, in his champion chase. He's a cut below the very, very best, but take Masterminded out, he's one of 3 or 4 who would have real solid each-way claims at a track and go in the way that he likes going.
And if the official handicapper is to be believed, the result should be Masterminded by daylight, second place Kalahari King, third Petit Robin, and the rest quite well beaten off, with Gauvin bringing up the remainder. Yeah,
that is what he's saying, that's for sure. Things have a habit of not quite working out, but that is you think he's got £15 in hand, hasn't he, Masterminded?
Let's try and anticipate a little, if we may, Steve, and try and work out how the race is going to unfold.
Well, that's interesting, really. We got there's various, I think, who could lead. In the past, Wazo de la Weir could be ridden prominently. Gauvin was ridden just behind the pace last time out. I'm So Lucky. Masterminded, they might be of a mind to. And one of a 2 mile 3 last time out. I suspect they'll have that fairly prominent, to be perfectly honest. Summersby's normally held up. Kalahari King is definitely a hold up horse.
Beginning to sort themselves out now for the 2010 running, and what a running it is, of the rescheduled Keith Browse Hospitality Tingle Creek steeplechase, one of only 2 Grade 1 2 mile steeplechases for all horses in the calendar. and they will both this year be run at the home of National Hunt Racing. Will Masterminded back up to magnificent efforts? Has Paul Nicholls got him right back to the sort of imperious shape that he was in when taking the first of his two Queen Mother Champion chases back in 2008? If he has, and he believes he has, we are in for a rare treat. But he has depth of opposition here in the shape of some up-and-coming horses, Gauvin and Summersby chief amongst them. For the Tingle Creek, let's join Mike Cattermole.
Thank you, Nick. Here we go. They're off and running for the Keith Prowse Hospitality Tingle Creek Chase of 2010. I'm So Lucky has strode off into an early lead then as he comes to the first fence. Put in a short one there, but got over to the other side okay from Petit Robin, racing in second place. Third then the red jacket of Gauvin with Oiseau de Nuit on the inside as they go quickly to the second fence. Masterminded racing in fifth place. He's running a bit free as I'm So Lucky, but he's striding out now by 2 lengths or so to Petit Robin as they go towards the third, with 5 lengths back to the chasing posse. Summersby on the outside of Masterminded and Gauvin. Oiseau de Nuit held up. Kinkeel, Mahogany Blaze, and at the back of the field held up as usual, Kalahari King. So they're coming towards the fourth now, and it's I'm So Lucky. Comes towards it again, jumps it out to the right. And on his inside is Petit Robin, who's settled in second place, carrying his head low. In third place is Masterminded. He's about 7 lengths behind the former dual champion chaser, with on his inside then Gauvin. Summersby's tracking them with Oiseau de Nuit, Kalahari King and Mahogany Blaze racing alongside each other. And at this early stage, as you would expect, Kinkeel finding it all a bit too much for him. Going down the hill, they're going to tackle the water jump next, which will be fence at number 5. And these two leaders have opened up quite a gap now on the chasing pack. I'm So Lucky and Petit Robin. There's about a half a length or so between them. Maybe a little bit more than that as they come down towards the water jump. See how they jump it. They jumped it well. Masterminded took it together with Gauvin in joint third place. Summersby is close up in fifth behind them. Kalahari King has got a little bit closer now. Over the open ditch they go. Petit Robin hit that quite hard. Super leap though by Masterminded. Just watching Kinkeel jumping it now. He's getting tailed off as you would expect. The last fence on the far side of the course. And again, Petit Robin didn't get quite high enough there in second place. I'm So Lucky then for Petit Robin. 10 lengths away to Masterminded as they go across towards the top of the hill. Gauvin is racing alongside the former dual champion chaser. They've taken that fence in great style. Summersby didn't though. He made a mistake there. Oiseau de Nuit went past him. Kalahari King, Mahogany Blaze being driven along furiously, and no quarter being given or taken here as they go to the last fence on the far side of the course. Great jump by Petit Robin. Took over the advantage narrowly from I'm So Lucky, who comes back at him now on that turn. They're heading down the hill with a 10 to 12 length lead over Masterminded under Noel Feely. Patiently ridden up Masterminded as they go down towards the fourth last. Petit Robin and I'm So Lucky have blundered there. I'm So Lucky. Masterminded took it in third place. Oiseau de Nuit, Gauvin now trying to get going as well. Masterminded opening up a little bit of ground between himself and the others as he tries to close down these leaders who've got off at a heck of a gallop. They're coming down towards the third last here in the Tingle Creek. Petit Robin again didn't get high at that fence, but got to the other side okay from I'm So Lucky. Masterminded now is only 7 lengths away in third place. A gap then of 6 more back to Gauvin and Summersby, who's trying to stay on. The others well outpaced, and Masterminded makes up the ground very comfortably indeed on that turn. Petit Robin is in front, but Masterminded within 2 lengths now of the leader as they come up towards the second last. I'm So Lucky has run his race back in third. Masterminded drawing alongside Petit Robin. 2 out. Masterminded spring-heeled at that. He's taken over now from Petit Robin and begins to quicken as he comes down to the final fence. Masterminded up towards it now, and he was over in spectacular fashion to a great cheer from the crowd. A wonderful waiting ride here from Noel Feely as Masterminded comes up the hill, and he looks to be back to something near his best. It's great to see him back here as he justifies short price favouritism to win another Grade 1. Masterminded beats Petit Robin into second. Summersby ran on for third, and fourth was I'm So Lucky just in front of Gauvin.
Sublime Masterminded in a different league to his rivals. Allowed Petit Robin, who's run a mighty race, masses of rope, ate up the ground and put his rivals away with no mercy. Strode up this Cheltenham hill that he's come up before to win 2 Queen Mother Champion chases, and a brave man would bet against the third come March. T. Robin has just held second place from the rallying Summersby, who has done really well in adverse circumstances both before and during the race. But masterminded, there is not a 2-miler to match him at present, Steve.
No, it was an extremely good performance, wasn't it? Again, his jumping was really, really good. He settled nicely just in behind them. Just as a point of interest, though, Nick, the first race time is almost the same. In fact, it's slightly quicker than that. So the Walk and Folly effort, giving him carried 11 stone 12 with a very good time performance. But if it was a masterminded, certainly, if he's not back to his imperious best, he's certainly now put 2 very good runs together. And there's very little not to like about this. His jumping was great. He always had the leaders, in his sights. And this is where he's impressive. He picks up Petit Robin very comfortably and puts in 2 good jumps to settle it. And so game over. Petit Robin's run a great race. He does go well fresh. That was an excellent performance. And Summersby, one bad mistake may well have cost him second place. He made quite a bad one, about 6 outs, and he's run on up the hill in the style of a horse who probably does want more than 2 miles. But despite his antics beforehand, I think for a novice or an ex-novice, he has performed very well, Summersby. But he's no match for a very impressive winner.
Clive Smith, 2 horses of a lifetime, 2 that many owners could only dream of. What a lucky man. Here he is again.
And that lucky man is standing next to me now. Clive Smith, the winning owner, with your heart beating fast, I've no doubt.
Absolutely, I can still feel it. It was really exciting. Honestly, I felt really excited in the whole race. It was terrific, wasn't it? It was marvellous.
And it was a nice ride from Noel Feely. He didn't panic. He took it confidently. You must have been pleased to watch the race unfold.
He did. He just took it, made up the ground just as he needed to, and it was terrific. I mean, he's a bold jumper and great speed. Marvellous horse.
The jumping is back.
Absolutely, the jumper is back.
And the master is back as well, because the lingering doubt everybody had going into this race is, can he put together 2 back-to-back performances? He's answered that question resoundingly there.
Absolutely, this is what Paul was worried about all the time, and I think he got me a bit worried about it as well. But we knew he was in great form and at home, and he obviously showed what he could do at Ascot. So it was hopefully he did what he had to do.
And interestingly, not for the first time, his biggest threat could well come from the same stable, because Walcombe Folly's performance in terms of time performances is pretty comparable to what Masterminded has just achieved. But I suppose you're used to that, so it's such a strong stable.
Yes, I don't know anything about the times yet, but you already know the time, do you? And it was a very comparable time, wasn't it?
It is. Walcombe Folly's marginally better under 11 stone 12. Marginally.
Marginally, right. Well, we've got something to race against.
Do you have an idea of what the plan might be? Would it be Game Spirit next?
No, I think we might do the Victor Chandler on January the 22nd, probably. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, haven't had a talk with anybody yet, so we'll see.
And how does it feel to have this horse back and to be back in the winners' enclosure here at Cheltenham with
Wonderful.
you?
I mean, I was so excited. I better get in there.
You better have 3rd champion chase. Let's hope you're back here then.
We hope so.
Well done.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thanks, Lydia.
Clive Smith making his way into the winners' enclosure to greet his winner, Masterminded, the 10 to 11 favourite, who beat Petit Robin by 8 lengths. That one was 6 to 1, and Summersby was third, 13 to 2, 9 ran.
Sky Bet. It matters more when there's money on it.
A race you will enjoy in its entirety from its inception. The 2010 Tingle Creek has gone the way of